What's going on, everybody? Received today in the mail the new Redcat Ducono 110 scale electric ready to run brushed edition. Check that thing out. Yes. So far, very happy with what I see. Let's take a look real quick at the box. I know everybody loves unboxings, but I do not love unboxings. We all get it. There's a truck, there's an instruction manual, and a radio. That's what's inside. Not real complicated. If there's something crazy like wheels are off or things are changed, I'm sure that we would bring it to your attention. But otherwise, it's pretty simple. These are just trucks strapped in a box. So Ducono, Redcat Racing, nice box graphic, 10 scale, waterproof, ready to run, 2.4 gig, brushed motor, 4-wheel drive. Got the nice chassis layout there. Your specifications if you're curious. Includes the monster truck, the Gigahertz system, 7-cell, 8.4 volt nickel metal hydride, 3000 milliamp. Also comes with a charger. It's just one of your standard little wall jobbies. It takes like 24 hours to charge a freaking battery. 4 AA batteries are required. The transmitter. All right, some more pictures. Nothing crazy there. Let's talk about the truck. So I think that this truck was marketed to go after the Arrma Granite, and I think if they really were doing it, they should have went a little bigger because the Arrma Granite's just ever so slightly larger. And we're going to talk about all the Arrma Granite a little bit. We're going to do like a 4-part video here. Part 1 is going to be just taking a look at the truck. Part 2 is going to be a run on the nickel metal hydride battery. Part 3 is going to be on a LiPo 2S battery, and part 4 is going to be a comeback, take a look at everything, and compare it to the Arrma Granite and my thoughts. So let's talk about the battery. So it's just a hump pack 8.4 volt nickel metal hydride. It's got banana plugs. Not a huge fan of nickel metal hydride. They just die too easy. But for kids, it's a much safer option than LiPo. I wouldn't let my kids charge LiPo batteries without my extreme supervision. Alright, so here's the radio. I really love Redcat's new radio system. I mean, it's comfortable. I don't have the biggest of hands. It fits my hands properly. Now, if I had oversized hands, it might be a little uncomfortable. But it's light. They're like $25 on eBay. So if you break it or the kids break it, not a big deal. This is the best part. 4 AA batteries compared to their old transmitter, which was a little bigger. You can see it's a little bigger and very comfortable. Still has that same pop-up window where you can adjust your settings. Big problem with this one was 8 AA batteries. I mean, that's just ridiculous. There's no reason for 8 AA batteries. So very happy to see that they've transferred over, and you know, I don't know why this doesn't stay open, but you got your reverse, throttle reverse, steering reverse, your trims, and your rate for steering, and your on and off. It's also got power indicator, and I'm sure the status is for the battery life. So again, batteries are not included for the transmitter, so if this is a Christmas present, make sure you pick up 4 AA batteries. Alright, here we go. Got a wheelie bar in the back, which looks really nice. It looks adjustable too, which is cool. So you can adjust how much wheelie. You want a little bit of wheelie, you want a big wheelie. Got some nice, aluminum threaded shocks, which is amazing to see. We got steel dog bones. I did look, there's a steel center drive shaft. Same thing, steel dog bones, threaded shocks. Everything seems to be made of quality plastics, from what I can tell so far. Really don't like how the battery straps are on the outside of the chassis here. Not a huge fan of that. I like to see them protected. But the body kind of does go up and down, and there's like a spot of relief here. So I feel a little bit more confident with it like that. I'd still rather have them be hidden inside the chassis somehow. But if this was completely flat, you would not want to see this, because as you scrape, they're going to just tear those things. Alright, what else we can see? Adjustable turnbuckles. There seems to be some adjustability in the shocks. Shock towers look like they are... Looks like there might be one adjustment inside of there. I guess we'll get the body off and find out. Just trying to do a little look-see. I mean, all the tires seem to be legit. Doesn't seem to be too much roll in the, I mean, there's really almost nothing, which is nice. There's not a lot of movement in there. Not a lot of sway. You don't want to see sway. Tires seem to be pretty good. I'm sure with a very high-powered brushless system they'd balloon up, but seems to be legit. Nice tread pattern. A lot of material touching the wall, so they're probably not going to break them, which is good. Let's get the body off. Alright, so it comes with banana style plugs. I've changed them over to XT150s because that's what I use. So I did open this up just to change over the ESC. And this is the battery out of my Armor Granite, which is the same exact battery virtually. This one has a little bit more run time. This is 2400, this is 3000, but we're not going to run it for that long. It's freaking like 110 degrees outside. Alright, so suspension out of the box is definitely a little lackluster, especially in the rear. It's kind of, I mean, it's just kind of very flat. So maybe we're going to, since this has threaded adjustable shocks, let's kick these, get a little more pressure. I don't want to break it on its first day. And we got the wheelie bar, like I said, which looks really nice addition. Now the Armor Granite, I can't get it to do a wheelie. So I guess if this does have a wheelie bar, it does wheelies, which would make it pretty fun to play with. Guess we're going to find out, aren't we? See if it'll only do it with a LiPo or if we'll do it with a nickel metal hydride. Alright, so it's a little better. It's got a little more spring to it now. I love the threaded adjustable shocks that are aluminum, and that's just amazing. No one does that anymore. Not the cheap companies anyway. So we got a 540 motor, pretty standard Red Cat style. Got a nice aluminum heatsink, radio transmitters inside there. Speed controller has the little jumpers. Unfortunately, has that jumper, so you can go from LiPo to nickel metal hydride, and if you forget to do it, put the body back on. It won't move, and then you got to take the body off again, switch it, which are, you know, it's really tiny and usually very hot, so it kind of sucks. I'm not a fan of those little things. And that's another reason why I like to stick with LiPo batteries, because then I can just leave that on the LiPo setting and not mess with it. So steering servo looks pretty standard. I don't know if it's metal geared or not. We'll see how it holds up. I'm sure it'll probably be fine for what this thing's doing. Almost reminds me of a Slash. It's kind of got the Slash style where, you know, it's kind of an open chassis, except the steering comes out through the bottom. Overall, looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Let's take it outside, give it a little run, and see where we're at.